While the ability to score directly from a free kick is an effective weapon in any player's arsenal and one of the most aesthetically pleasing, it is also one of the most difficult techniques to master. Due to the distance from the goal and the time a team normally has to organise their defensive wall, the odds normally favour the goalkeeper. However, over the years there have been a number of players who have specialised in one of the most difficult of all skills to master. Here are the top 10 best free kick takers in football history. Before we get started though, as ever, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon to get the latest updates. Now let's get started. Number 10. Ronald Koeman. Despite the fact that the younger generation may be more accustomed to seeing Ronald Koeman as a manager sitting on the bench, older football fans remember him as one of the finest defenders ever to play the position. A versatile set-piece specialist, Koeman was nicknamed the King of Free Kicks and was capable of striking the ball with power from long-range free kicks or curling shots on goal from close range. To date, he remains the highest scoring defender of all time with 253 official goals, of which 60 came from direct free kicks. In 1989, Koeman moved to Barcelona and became part of Johan Cruyff's dream team, helping the club win La Liga 4 years in a row between 1991 and 1994, and the 91-92 European Cup, where he scored the winning goal of the final against Sampdoria, with, guess what, a free kick. Number 9. Pele. While precise statistics are difficult to come by in the case of Pele, it is widely accepted that he scored more than 70 free kicks in his career. His technique was not particularly unique. Instead, he often relied on sheer pace and power to beat the keeper, although he did have the ability to bend the ball both ways. He did, though, vary his free kicks. He struck rising drives, but also many that never left the ground, meaning that opponents never knew quite what to expect when he lined up behind the ball. Number 8. Cristiano Ronaldo. Although it's fair to say that Ronaldo no longer has the success that he once enjoyed from free kicks, he remains one of the finest exponents of the art. At his best, he could impart not only pace, but movement through the air, everything happening so fast that it was impossible for the goalkeeper to react. No less a judge than Sir Alex Ferguson once described a free kick that he took against Portsmouth as the finest he'd ever seen. Another practitioner of the knuckleball technique, which, when mastered, is very difficult to stop. Number 7. Leo Messi. You gotta say, it's quite nice that they're close together on this list. The first footballer to win the Ballon d'Or 7 times, Lionel Messi is an absolute phenomenon. His free kicks are intelligently executed either under or over the defensive wall, and are mostly curling shots that leave goalkeepers helpless as the ball finds its way into the net. It's interesting that currently both Messi and Ronaldo have scored 58 free kick goals each in their careers so far, and both of them have scored 2 in a single match on 3 occasions. Number 6. Diego Maradona. Maradona would make the top 10 list for most football skills, so it's no surprise that among his many talents, he was also a gifted free kick taker. In fact, so good that he later taught another great Argentine player how to improve his own technique from dead ball situations. For Maradona, he would take time to place the ball, making sure that the turf was firm underneath it. He would also check the position of the defensive wall and the goalkeeper and decide where he wanted to aim the shot. Then, 3 or 4 strides later, he would strike through the ball using the side of the foot to create movement through the air. Number 5. David Beckham. David Beckham scored a total of 65 free kicks in his career. It wasn't by chance. Although often associated with his high-profile lifestyle off the pitch, he was a model professional and often spent hours after training had officially ended with his various clubs practicing his technique, which he rarely altered. He would make sure that the ball was still first and then took 6 or 7 steps behind it with his support foot's arm swinging in a circle. He would then make contact with the ball with his big toe, causing the ball to roll along the inside of his kicking foot, allowing him to get bend while it was in flight. Bend It Like Beckham has been a best-selling book and film. Arguably his most important and probably most impressive free kick was the one he scored in injury time for England against Greece, which enabled his country to qualify for the 2002 World Cup. Quite the way to lay the demons of 3 years earlier to rest. Number 4. Zico. It was once said of Brazilian legend Zico that he could kill a mosquito from 40 yards, so renowned was he for his accuracy. Although he could add power to his shots when required, he primarily relied on his ability to pick his spot when taking a dead ball. He honed his ability by his training regime, which consisted of putting shirts in the goal. He would practice for hours, ensuring that he could hit the back of the net without touching the obstacles once. He scored 62 goals from free kicks for club and country, and often the goalkeeper was left with little chance. Number 3. Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho scored 66 free kicks in his career and is arguably responsible for one of the innovations introduced by defending sides in recent years. The idea of a draft excluder, a man lying on the ground behind the defensive wall at a free kick, was introduced in Brazil as a way of coping with Ronaldinho's tendency to hit the ball under the wall as they jumped. There was much more to his repertoire than that though, including the floating effort that goalkeeper David Seaman misjudged as Brazil knocked England out of the World Cup in 2002, and made many of us cry. Number 2. Sinisa Mihailovic. Although Mihailovic was primarily a defender, the aggressive Serb had another string to his bow, and that was his ability from dead ball situations. He had a left foot that was the envy of many, with its ability to strike the ball with great power and accuracy. It was not all just about power though. He could also bend the ball with his instep and move the ball from left to right by striking it through his laces. Perhaps his finest moment came in one Serie A game when playing for Lazio against one of his former clubs, Sampdoria, in the course of which he scored a hat-trick of free kicks, all of them different in nature. Number 1. Geno. No player has scored more free kicks in the history of top-flight football, and few could match him for variety as well. Widely credited with inventing the knuckleball technique, which has since been emulated by the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Didier Drogba and David Luiz, which involves striking the ball firmly near the centre with the top inside of the boot. He could make it go in all sorts of directions, often leaving the goalkeeper completely bamboozled. Distance mattered little to Juninho, as he was equally effective from the edge of the box or further out. He scored 100 goals for Lyon, 44 of them from free kicks. The only surprise is that he didn't win more than 40 international caps for Brazil, perhaps because he happened to be playing in an era where they had so many talented players at their disposal. Well, there are loads of players that we may have probably missed off the list, and the likes of Andrea Pirlo, Rogério Ceni, Roberto Carlos, Alvaro Recoba. If there's anyone else you think we missed, let us know in the comments below. As ever, thanks for watching and see you next time.